Alright. This is the second one. Okay. After listening to this level 1, lesson 4. After listening to this lesson, you'll be able to say, I am sorry, or I apologize. And you will also be able to get someone's attention when you want to say something to them, or order something in a restaurant. 죄송합니다. 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 Do you remember how to say thank you? In Korean, it's 감사합니다. 죄송합니다. No. 감사합니다. 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 Have you ever remembered that? 감사합니다. It's actually 감사. 감사. Appreciation for thankfulness. Plus 합니다. I do. You can assume that 죄송합니다 is also 죄송. 오이 왜 오이 의 no, it's not 오이 왜 죄송 plus 합니다. 죄송 that's what I already listened. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Hold on. 죄송 means apologize, being sorry, or feeling ashamed. And 합니다 means I do. So 죄송합니다 means I am sorry, or I apologize. 죄송합니다 is not always I'm sorry, even though 죄송합니다 is basically I'm sorry. Basically, I'm sorry. You can't use 죄송합니다. When you say, I'm sorry to hear that. Many Korean people actually get confused when they talk about some bad news to their English-speaking friends and hear, I'm sorry for them. If you say I'm sorry after you hear a piece of bad news from them, he or she might say, why are you apologizing for that to you? This is because 죄송합니다 only means I apologize. It was my bad. Excuse me, I shouldn't have done that. It can never mean I'm sorry to hear that. So 미안해요. What is it? Something 강아지 죽으래. So my dog died. I don't know. 죄송합니다. What? You killed my dog? 강아지 죽으래. I don't know. You wanna die? 미안해요. 그래서 고마워. So sorry, man. Sorry about that. Thanks. My dog died, but thanks. Yeah. Okay. I think that's the right word. 저기요. 저기요. 이거 이거 뭐예요? What is this? Excuse me, what is this? In English, you can use the expression excuse me in all the following situations. When you're passing through a crowd of people, when you're leaving your room for a second, when you get someone's attention something related to know something, when you want to call the waiter in a restaurant or a cafe in order to order something. 저기요 is an expression that can be translated to excuse me, but this Korean expression 저기요 is only used for situation 3 and 4. So basically to get someone's attention. basically. So 3 and 4. Excuse me, get someone's attention. Talk too much. Need water. Man, I'm gonna have to upload this later, or yeah, after this I'll upload it. Yeah. How do you say "excuse me" when you pass through someone? Oh, ooh, すみません. 죄송합니다. Passing through. Oop, bump. 죄송합니다. 잠시만요. Just a second. 죄송합니다. I am sorry. 잠깐만요. Yes. 잠깐만. Ooh. Yes. 잠깐만요. Are the same thing. These are the most commonly used expressions. You don't have to memorize them right now, but they are just good to know. Alright, so yeah, so I looked through lesson 4 and lesson 5 already, but I'm just reviewing right now. And I've already listened to lesson 4, lesson 5. So right now I'm just reviewing for me. Because who else is going to be watching this? I don't know. Who else is watching this? Why are you watching this? Stop. Get rid of that there. Okay, that's fine. After studying this lesson, you'll be able to say things like A is B, noun, or I am ABC, noun, in polite formal 톤tet마, 한국어 톤tet마, Korean. 이에요 / 예요, 이에요 and 예요 have a similar role to that of the English verb to be. The fundamental difference, however, is okay, so 30 minutes at least every day for at least 7 days just to start. So today, we're starting today. Oh, right. To the list. We're doing this every day. We're going to try to do this every day just for at least a week starting today. So it's right now we are doing Korean. And unfortunately, freaking Fortnite isn't loading. It doesn't, because I have no internet. How do I, let me see. Get these both together. Yeah, so that's weird. You can't see it. Yeah. Hello. Okay. Well, anyway, so, what am I saying? Yeah, so Fortnite, if I can, Korean I'm doing now, and when I exercise in a bit, I think, and then Stranger Things. We have 7 episodes, gotta get through it. You got exercise and Korean. Those are the main things every day. Alright. So since I've already done these, I have to do more. I did 4 and 5, so I'm going to do 6 and 7. But 4 and 5 reviewing right now is review. It doesn't count. So I have to do this a little bit longer. That should be fine. 2 lessons each day, along with also the audio 2 lessons. It's fine. Okay, 30 minutes should be good. Just fine. Alright, I'm talking too much. Okay, EAO and YAYO have similar rules to that of the English verb to be. The fundamental difference, however, is the sentence structure that they're used in. English sentence structure: ABC plus B. That's hard to read. Okay. ABC is DEF. I am ABC. You are XYZ. Korean sentence structure. Okay, so it is so it is ABC. So it is that, so would that be, okay, so would this be noun one? Noun one. So this would be the subject noun. Okay, so ABC, this is the subject noun. I can, hold on, I can write, hold on. I'm talking so much right now. Throat is hurting. Saliva is gathering. Okay, so this, I'm guessing, is like the subject noun. And then obviously we have predicate or verb. And here we have predicate nouns or object nouns, right? Subject, verb, agreement. But then here it's subject and then object and then the verb, which is it's okay. I can manage that, right? It's like Japanese. Yeah, it's like Japanese. It's like, yeah, desmasu hajimashite. No, that's wrong. It's like Japanese, right? So, okay, so unfortunately, because OneDrive isn't working, I can't save this to the cloud, and I can change to a different PC, so I have to only do this on here. So, 이거 ABC 예요. 이거 ABC예요. This is ABC. In Korean, in English, the verb to be is changed to am, are, or is, depending on the subject. Korean, but in this, I already use it. Based on the last letter. This is the confusing part of the previous word. So 이에요 or 예요. So 이에요. So okay, so when I was looking at this before, this part here was confusing. So final consonant 이에요. So these are the vowels. U, O, O, U, O, O. I think that's it. And then there's you, yo, yo. That's it, right? Yeah. So these are the vowels. So you would use this one. So, but the slightly confusing one for me was I believe this is yong, which is just the circle thing, and that's not a vowel, that's a consonant. So, like 가방이에요, right there. So that's confusing. All right, save. So sample sentences. 물이에요, 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 물이에요. 이거 물이에요. Wait. Yeah. 가방이에요. 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 가방. 사무실이에요. 사무실이에요. 일이에요. 사무실이에요. 학교이에요. 학교예요. 예요. 학교예요. 이에요. Very slight E, but if you say it fast enough, it just becomes yeah anyway. 이에요. 예요. 화장실이에요. So this is workroom, office. 화장. I don't know how to write. So no, what the heck? can't. I don't. You can't. 화장실. That's right. Bathroom or toilet. It's actually, I believe, toilet, room. So bathroom. I'll be back. Woo. Gotta learn all by myself. If I only had someone to do this with. I'm tired. Okay. So, 저, me, 예요. I am me. 저예요. 저예요. 저, Okay, so as you can see from the examples above, in Korean you don't have to use articles like a/an or the as in English. So when you look up a noun in your Korean dictionary, you can add 이에요 or 예요, and that means ABC. It is ABC, that is the EFIMXYZ. You can also make a question by raising tone then. 물이에요. It's water. This is water. 이거 물이에요. 물이에요. This is water. 물이에요? 물이에요. 물이에요. 물이에요? 물이에요? It's water. Is it water? 학교예요. 학교예요? 학생이에요? 학생이에요? 네, 학생이에요. 저는 학생이에요. 예. 학생이에요. The pronunciation is important, and I'm just struggling. 뭐예요? But in Korean, you can slur things together and it's fine, apparently. Alright, lesson 6. Wait, what the frick? I did 4, 5. Okay, now we're at 6. We're officially at 6 now. Which is a little bit, just looking at this now, it's basically the same thing. God, wasted so much time. What is it? 19 minutes? Holy crap. Anyway. Okay, cool. Okay, lesson 6. Finally, we're at lesson 6. So here's what we're gonna do. As per last time, and all other times from now, it's just that 4 and 5 we didn't do this. But for 4 and 5, well, okay, okay, just like the other times, just like that, the first one, we're gonna go through this, and then we're gonna listen for 10 minutes, and then go to lesson 7, and we're gonna listen to lesson 7. And it's gonna be another 13. Okay, we're gonna be here for a little bit. Alright. I have a snack, but I'm gonna hold off on that until we get to the audio. And I need some water. Too much talking. After studying this lesson, you will be able to say, this is ABC. And also ask, is this ABC? And what is this? In formal and polite formal Korean. 존댓말. 이에요, 예요. Finally, meat and potatoes. And 20 minutes in. I would have preferred if this didn't happen. Okay. In the previous lesson, you learned 이에요 and 예요 can be placed after a noun to express the meaning of it is ABC or I am DEF. So, review it, check. 이에요, 책이에요, 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 책이에요. 이거 책이에요. Or it's a book. It's 책이에요. But there's no. But this. 이거. So. 이거 책이에요. So this is a book. That I don't know yet. We're gonna have to keep reading. It's a book. 저예요. 저예요. It's me. 이에요 and 예요 have some little that in this for TV. Final consonant. 이에요. No final consonant. Only vowel. 예요. 이거. Very easy. 이거. 이거는 this thing. Literally this thing. Okay, I just read that. I pointed my finger at the screen, but you didn't know. So this thing, I literally just saw it. I'm an idiot. 이거. This one. This. 거. Thing. 이거. And then just to make it a little easier, 이거. But why? It's the same sound. I guess that's why they took it out. I don't know. Little hat. 이거 is originally 이거, and it's a combination of this, and 거 thing, but it's often used just as 이거 for easy pronunciation. Yeah, so there's a slight little T sound at the end. T/D sound, Korean. 이거 책이에요. 이거 책이에요. 이거 책이에요. This is a book. 이거 카메라예요. 이거 카메라예요. This is a camera. 이거 커피예요. This is coffee. 이거 사전이에요. 이거 사전. 이거 사전. 이거 사전이에요. 이거 뭐예요? 이거 뭐예요? Wait, what is this? Yes, 이거 this. What? Level 1, 7, lesson 5. We introduce the question 뭐예요? 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 It means what is it? You can add 이거 at the front of it as what is this? 이거 뭐예요? 뭐예요? What is this? 이거 핸드폰이에요? This is a cell phone. 이거 뭐예요? What is this? 이거 물이에요? This is water. 이거 뭐예요? What is this? 이거 커피예요? This is coffee. Do you remember how to say no? 이거 커피예요? 아니요. 이거 물이에요. Do you remember saying yes, that's right? 이거 커피예요? Is this coffee? 네, 맞아요. 네, 맞아요. 이거 커피예요? 커피예요? Yes, that's right. This is coffee. Okay, finally. Take a break.
Hello everyone, Hyunwoo-san here.
Hello everyone, this is Kyunghoon.
And you're listening to
Talk to Me in Korean.
Thank you for listening to Talk to Me in Korean's podcast lessons. And in this lesson, Kyunghoon,
네.
what are we going to introduce? After listening to this lesson, what can our listeners say?
Well, this is kind of a review lesson.
I love reviews.
Really?
Not really.
Uh,
But in order to become
review
a good
lesson.
student,
네, 맞아요.
you have to do some reviews sometimes. But we're not only reviewing today, and we're also going to learn how to say this.
This,
This.
this.
When you're traveling in Korea or visiting Korea or living in Korea, or if you go to Koreatown in your country, if you can point at something and say this,
This.
it'll help a lot.
Yeah.
Because you can buy things, you can order things. So let's say it. How do you say this in Korean?
This in Korean is 이거.
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 But if you look up the dictionary, there's another word that you can see.
네, 이것.
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 With a little extra consonant at the end, you say
이것.
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 But you can also say
이거.
이거.
Yes.
This is just to make the pronunciation easier. So 이거 and 이것 are the same thing.
Yeah, it's
嗰兩個芒果我哋切咗去食你自己。
이거 물이에요. 이거 물이에요. I have water. 이거 물이에요. 이거 물이에요. 이거 뭐예요? 이거 물이에요.
same thing.
이거 커피예요? 커피예요? 아니요. 아니요. 이거 물이에요.
But when I talk, I usually use 이거.
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 Because it's easier.
Yes.
One last consonant and it's easier.
맞아요.
So ego means this.
Ah, so
But
much
here the word
talking.
this is a pronoun, not a modifier. So we're not saying this as in this book, this man, this beautiful girl, this handsome boy, which is
No.
come on.
Which is who?
Don't avoid eye contact with me.
Oh.
Just kidding. So here with ego and igot, we're introducing the pronoun this thing, this item, this one here.
이거, 이것.
And like Kyungwon said
Ego.
earlier, this is partly going to be a review lesson, and what we're going to review today is what we learned in the last lesson, which is how to say it is ABC, or I am DEF, or it is XYZ.
So in the last lesson, we learned 예유,
See, it's just a review. I just wasted so much
유,
time.
and 예유.
이에요 and 예요.
이에유, 예유.
It's
So
not
이에요
also.
and 예요, if you don't
also.
remember, are basically the present tense forms of a verb that is similar to the English to be. So 이에요 and 예요 means to be.
If you don't remember, just click on the lesson number 5.
Okay, good. So let's combine 이것,
Or 이거.
which means this one, this thing, with this 이에요 and 예요. So, Kyungwon,
네.
I'll say something in English, so please change that to Korean.
Okay.
How do you say a book?
A book. 책.
책. 책.
책.
책.
책 is a book.
책.
네.
You know, the
책.
TOEIC test in Korea
네.
is very big.
Yes.
TOEIC stands for Test of English for International Communication, and many of you might not be familiar with
책.
the test, but a lot of
책.
Korean people have to have a TOEIC score,
Yeah.
a certified score of the TOEIC test in order to graduate from university or to enter a company.
Yeah, I had to take a TOEIC test before actually.
I took TOEIC tests twice, just for fun.
Just for fun?
Just for fun.
Oh
What
my
a
goodness.
nerd.
Oh, I hope Korean people don't listen to this podcast. They will hate you.
It's okay. I'm not afraid.
Okay.
Well, I just wanted to introduce a funny book name.
Mhm.
So I started talking about this test, and a lot of books are being sold in Korea related to the TOEIC test, so that people can study with those books and prepare for the test. And
Oh,
one of the
25.
books in the
Perfect.
bookstore these days is titled TOEIC Tech.
TOEIC 책?
Yeah, I think it's a clever name because
Wow.
in English they wrote TOEIC check, but
Uh-huh.
in Korean it is just a TOEIC book.
Ah, wow.
TOEIC check.
Wow, it's really smart.
Well, I didn't look at the content of the book, so I'm not sure if it's a good book or not, but I would say it's a clever name
Wow.
and a
I
good
think so.
reminder for our listeners to remember how to say a book in Korean, which is
책.
tech.
책.
I love
책.
tech.
책.
So coming back to the topic, how do you say it's a book
책.
in Korean?
책이에요.
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 책.
And then how do you
이에요?
say this is a book?
이거
Pointing at the book.
책이에요.
이거 책이에요.
이거 책이에요.
이거 책이에요.
Again, how do you say this in Korean?
이거.
Or
이것.
and how do you
이거.
say this is a book?
이거
이거
책이에요.
Very nice.
책이에요.
But if you're wondering if you can say the same thing with the word ikot, you can't really say.
이것 책이에요.
It makes sense, some sense, but it is not actually correct, and that is because you need to use a subject marking particle after this word igot in this case, but you don't really have to think about that right now at this level, okay?
네.
We'll get into that for sure. A lot of people already started asking on our site about these particles, but don't worry, we will surely get into these topics.
네, please wait.
Please wait a little while.
Yeah, and we will say 이거 책이에요.
이거 책이에요.
이거 책이에요.
Okay, let's forget about books for now and talk about another thing that I love, which is camera.
Cameras. Okay.
So how do you say a camera in Korean?
카메라.
Camera.
카메라.
Wow, that's very different from the English word.
You think so? I think it's
카메라.
very
Of
similar.
course I know it's similar. Just kidding. Camera.
카메라.
Camera.
카메라.
But if you pronounce it too much like the English word camera, no Korean person will really think that you're speaking Korean.
No,
So
I don't think so.
say camera.
카메라.
Camera.
카메라.
Camera.
카메라.
So how do you say it's a camera?
카메라예요.
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 Camera is. Okay, then how do you say this is a camera?
이거 카메라예요.
이거 카메라예요.
이거 카메라예요.
Very nice. Okay, so a quick reminder here. So everyone, do you remember the rule behind tech being followed by 이에요 and 카메라 being followed by 예요?
네, because our listeners are smart, so they will know about it. But Hyunwoo, do you remember?
Me? Of course I. Let me check. So, since
Check.
the word tech ends in a final consonant, it has to be followed by 이에요, and camera doesn't end in a final consonant, so it's followed by 예요.
Wow, you are smart.
I am 천재예요. What did I say?
Oh, he said he's a genius. Oh my goodness.
Well, actually, I'm gonna have to cancel that because if you can be a genius by remembering that, everybody on the planet will be a genius. Okay, now let's go on to another word that we want to review, and that is how to say what.
What is more in Korean?
More,
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 more.
more,
But a lot of people pronounce it as
more,
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 more or more.
more,
Sometimes.
more.
So, Kyeon, how do you say what is it or what's that?
뭐예요?
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 So that literally can be broken down into what is. So now let's look at how to say what is this. So Kyungwon, what is this in Korean again?
이거.
And how do you say what is this?
이거 뭐예요?
이거 뭐예요?
이거 뭐예요?
So if you want to ask someone while pointing at something with your fingertip, what is this in Korean? You can say
이거 뭐예요?
이거 뭐예요?
이거 뭐예요?
이거 뭐예요?
이거 뭐예요?
So Kyungwon,
네.
이거 뭐예요?
이거 마이크예요.
That's a microphone.
Yes.
And 이거 뭐예요?
이거 핸드폰이에요.
핸드폰. 핸드폰 is
핸드폰 is a mobile phone.
handphone. So Korean people say 핸드폰
핸드폰.
for a cell phone or a mobile phone. So Kyungwon, what is this? 이거 뭐예요?
이거 물이에요.
이거 뭐예요?
이거 커피예요.
Kyungwon.
네.
In your pocket, I see something that looks very familiar.
Really?
Yeah. What is this? 이거 뭐예요? 이거 소주예요?
아니요.
Are you drinking on the
No,
job?
no way. 이거 물이에요.
이거 물이에요?
이거 물이에요, 물.
아니요, 이거 소주예요.
이거 물이에요.
소주예요.
No way.
Well, let me check. I need to drink it. Well, everyone, while I'm checking if what Kyungwon carries in this little bottle of hers is actually soju, alcohol, or water, please visit talktomeinkorean.com, and if you have any questions, please leave us comments in the comment section. We're always there to help.
아니요, 이거 물이에요.
소주예요. I know. I
No.
can feel it.
아니요, 이거 물이에요, 물. 물.
Goodbye, everyone. 안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요. Oh wait, no wait. You're going. I'm saying. 안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. It doesn't. 안녕히 계세요 sounds better than 안녕히 가세요.
You're listening to Talk to Me in Korean. You're listening to Talk to Me in
Stop. So 7.
You're listening to Talk to Talk to Me in Korean. Thank you for studying with Talk to Me in Korean. You're listening to Talk to Me in Korean. Thank you for studying with
What? Huh? 뭐야?
Talk to Me in Korean. For more Korean lessons and our
That's weird, man.
textbooks, please visit
Why does it do that? Stop. Okay, I guess I move it over here then. This is being all weird. It's very annoying. Stop, bruh. I'll move it over here now. Alright, lesson 7. In this lesson, you can learn to say this, that, and it in Korean. In English, the words this and that can be used both in their own and to modify words. In English, you can say, this is my car. 이거. Wait, my. What is my? Wait. Or 이거 차예요. 차예요. 이거 차예요. 이거 차예요. This car is mine. So the word this here can be used as a pronoun and also as a word to modify his car. In Korean, however, the words for this as modifier and this as this item here or this thing here are strictly distinguished. Cha or chai. This near here. Ke. E. This. G. The or that. Over there. Or near that other person. Cho. That. Cho. Okay, this is getting confusing. This is getting confusing. This is you. This is your friend. So E. G. Johnny's moving your appearance only far away from you and closer to the other person you're talking to. Tall. Johnny, your appearance only far away that you use the word tall. Yes, this jaw has a pronunciation as the word I. Jaw. Jaw. Since E, G, and jaw in Korean can only work as modifiers when you want to say this, that, or it as pronouns, you have the words go, or go, or go after these words. Go. So E is this eagle or eagle, this thing, this item, this one. G. Google. Okay. Alright, got this. Important, right here. There it is. 이거, 그거, 저거. 사람 means person. 이 사람, this person, this man, this lady here, he. 그 사람, the person, that person. 저 사람, that person over there. Huh? That is easy. Alright. Alright, that was short. That was pretty easy. Alright, let's listen. And then that'll be it for today. So we're on lesson 7.
TalkToMeInKorean.com.
Oh my god.
You're listening to Talk to Me in Korean. Thank you for studying with Talk.
안녕하세요. Hello everyone.
안녕하세요.
Sam here.
Hello everyone. 안녕하세요. This is 경은.
And you're listening to Talk to Me in Korean. You've listened to 6 episodes of Talk to Me in Korean's lessons so far.
Wow.
Wow, you've studied a lot.
Yeah.
You've learned how to say hello,
Hello.
thank you,
안녕하세요.
excuse me.
안녕하세요. Hello. 안녕하세요. Thank you. 감사합니다. Excuse me. Either 죄송합니다. 죄송합니다. Or 저기요.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. 안녕히 계세요. Or 안녕히 가세요.
And many more expressions.
And many more.
안녕하세요.
안녕하세요.
감사합니다.
감사합니다.
안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요.
네. 안녕.
안녕.
A lot lot more. I hope you recognize
Yeah.
all of them.
Yes.
If you don't, go back to lessons anytime you want and
Yeah,
listen to them again.
And review them.
Exactly. And if you have questions after reviewing those lessons, you can always leave questions in the comments and we are there to answer your questions, right?
Yeah, come to talktomeinkorean.com.
Okay. So in this lesson, Kyunghan, what are we going to talk about?
In this lesson, you are going to learn about this, that, and it in Korean.
Awesome. Okay, Kyunghan, before we give our listeners any extra explanation, what is this in Korean?
So this in Korean is, oh wait, Hyunwoo. So which one do you mean? The pronoun or the modifier?
Exactly, that's my point. When you think about how to say this in Korean, you have to think whether it is a pronoun, as in, this is my car. This can work like a noun. This is my car. This can be followed by a verb, but you can also say things like, this car is mine. So the word this modifier
Is, oh wait, Hyunwoo. So which one do you mean? The pronoun or the modifier?
this lesson, Kyunghan, what are we going to talk about?
In this lesson, you are going to learn about this, that, and it in Korean.
Awesome. Okay, Kyunghan, before we give our listeners any extra explanation,
Huh.
what is this in Korean?
So this in Korean is, oh wait, Hyunwoo. So which one do you mean? The pronoun or the modifier?
Exactly, that's my point. When you think about how to say this in Korean, you have to think whether it is a pronoun, as in, this is my car. This can work like a noun. This is my car. This can be followed by a verb, but you can also say things like, this car is mine. So the word this modifies the word car in English. So in English, you can use the single word this for both purposes, but in Korean, unfortunately, there are different versions.
네. So why don't you explain about the modifier first?
Okay, and everyone don't worry because later on you will realize that this is actually a good thing.
Yeah, right.
Because you can form many different words using this modifier.
Yeah, and it's not that difficult though.
It's not that difficult at all. So, okay, let's look at the words for this, that, and it, or actually the, as modifiers. So, Kyunghan, when you're speaking English and you point at something, for example, a pen on the desk, or a book on the desk, or some money in your pocket, and you say this, you actually mean this thing, this
Yeah.
object, this item. But in Korean, what do you say?
I can say 이거,
Igo.
이거.
And you're literally saying this thing. So let's break it down. The part this is
이,
E.
이.
Very simple.
Yeah.
In
E.
romanization, it's just I. So E.
이,
So E means this, and ko.
거.
Ko means thing or object.
네, 맞아요.
Okay, so put together, ego means this thing, this one.
이거.
So let's look at modifiers again. So you use the word E for something that is near you when you are pointing at something that's near you, right in
Yeah.
front of you.
Yeah, right.
So come on, let's look at some examples. What is coffee in Korean?
It's really, really difficult to say.
Stop kidding. What is coffee?
Right. It's coffee.
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 Change that F sound to the P sound because in Korean there's no F sound. So say that again.
커피.
Coffee.
커피.
So let's say
커피.
this coffee.
이 커피.
E coffee.
이 커피.
이
커피.
커피.
How do you say computer in Korean?
컴퓨터.
컴퓨터.
Again, there is no R sound in Korean. So in Korean you say computer without the R at the end.
컴퓨터.
So how do you say this computer?
이 컴퓨터.
E computer.
이 컴퓨터.
Excellent. Now you know how to say this something. So, for example, if you want to say this ice cream,
이 아이스크림.
this hotel,
이 호텔.
this taxi,
이 택시.
this bus,
이 버스.
this camera.
이 카메.
Okay, they're making it really easy here by using loan words. Alright? Make it really easy with loan words.
카메라.
And one last example, this pizza,
이 피자.
e pizza.
네.
Okay. So everyone remember that this as a modifier is e in Korean.
이.
E.
이.
E.
이.
E, 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 E. Okay, now it's time to look at that one over there, far away from you. So let's look at this. What is it?
Oh, you're
저.
kidding me.
저,
저.
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 If you know how to say I in polite formal Korean, what is it again?
저.
저. So it's the same thing. It sounds the same. Don't be confused. You don't have to worry about being confused because 저 is a modifier, so it modifies a different word, so it is always followed by something else.
네, 맞아요.
And the word for I, 저, it is followed by particles, verbs, so they are used in completely different contexts. So we've looked at ways to say this computer, this camera, this a lot of things. So let's do that again with 저 to make it fair.
Okay.
How do you say that microphone over there?
저 마이크.
Good. How about that table over there?
저 테이블.
And how about that restaurant over there?
저 레스토랑.
Okay, and if you've noticed, I kept adding over there at the end of the words. That restaurant over there, that table over there.
And that's because we are talking about something far away.
Talking about something far away, I mentioned that E is for something that's close to you. You can pinpoint at it or you can refer to it with your fingertip. But 저 is used when you're talking about something far away, but there's actually one more word that you can use to
그.
talk about something far away from you.
네, and that is 그.
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 It is romanized as G-E-U,
그.
so it is 그.
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 Okay,
그.
그.
So we've
그거.
talked about 이,
저,
그.
이, 저, 그.
Or you can say 이, 그, 저. The order doesn't really matter.
Yeah, right.
이, 그, 저, 이, 그, 그, 이.
So what's the difference between 그 and 저?
Great question. I was just about to talk about that. So 그 and 저 are both used for referring to something that's far away from the speaker, but 그 is used when you are talking to the other person and that object is near that other person and far away from you, and 저 is used for referring to something that is far away from both of you.
Yeah. So Hyunwoo, you have a camera, right?
Yeah, I have it right here.
So can I see that camera?
Sure.
Can
Just
I-
look at it. Don't touch it.
Can I see that camera? So 그 카메라. 그 카메라.
Can I see 그 카메라?
Okay, Kyunghoon just said that camera, and she said 그 camera because it is far away from her and closer to me,
So we are talking to each other, so I can say 그 카메라.
and because the camera is in my hands, still in my hands, fortunately, I can say 이 camera, this camera.
But there's another camera over there. Do you know whose camera that is, Hyunwoo?
Oh, I see a camera like 3 meters away from us.
Yeah.
So that camera over there is far away from both of us speakers.
So
Yes.
So we can say
저.
저 camera.
저 카메라.
저
저 camera.
저 카메라.
Well, 저 camera sounds like it's really far away.
Yeah.
Or if it is like within my arm's reach, I can still say 이 camera.
Yes.
I can point at it with my finger and say 이 camera
네.
before Kyunghoon takes it. So again, let's review. So I have this camera in my hand. I can say this camera, 이 camera.
And I want that
Yes.
camera
Ding.
in Hyunwoo's hand.
Ding.
So I
Okay.
can say to Hyunwoo, I want that camera. So I can say 그 카메라.
그 camera.
그거 카메라.
카메라.
So we are talking about the same thing, but I say 이 camera
When-
and Kyunghoon says
when
그
do we say
camera.
그-
And we see
이-
another camera over
거,
there, far away
그거,
from both of us.
저거.
So that is a 저 camera.
Yeah, and actually I want 저 카메라.
저
Okay. Does that one look better than mine?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, let's say we are all standing together, everybody, and we see a car passing by like 50 meters away from us, and we look at the car and say the car or that car. What modifier do we use?
저.
저,
저.
because it is far away, so we say 저 plus car. And what is car in Korean?
차.
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 So 저차.
Yes, I can say 저 차.
You cannot say 그 차 because the car that you're talking about is neither near you nor me.
네.
So that is 저차. Okay, good. And I think we're about ready to talk about this, that, it as pronouns in Korean too.
Yeah.
Okay, so it is very easy since you know the modifiers.
Yeah. Just add the word 거,
Or
컷.
거 or cut after the modifier. And that makes them pronouns.
네. 거, 컷.
But to make the pronunciation easier, people kind of came up with a way to just say it in a little more lazy fashion. And people started saying 거,
거.
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 You don't just pronounce the last consonant. So before this ko or cut, you just add one of the modifiers. So for example, how do you say this as a pronoun?
이 플러스 컷, so 이것, but you can say 이거.
Ego.
이거.
So if I want to ask Hyungwon, what is this? I can ask, what is ego? This thingy, this object here, ego.
이거.
Can I point at a person and say ego?
No, no, no.
I can't.
Don't do that.
I shouldn't. And how about that or it?
Again, if it is near the other speaker, you can say 그것 or 그거.
Okay. And how about if the object that I'm talking about is far away from both of us? How can I say that thing, it?
You can say 저것 or 저거.
저것 or 저것. So we talked about 이, 그, 저 and 이거, 그거, 저거.
이거, 그거, 저거.
Well, that's pretty much it.
Yeah, it's very easy, right?
It's very easy. But there's one more very important thing
Oh,
we
really?
need to cover before we go.
Again?
Yeah, sorry, but
Oh,
because we talked about how to differentiate between 이, 그, 저 when you look at something that is far away from you or near you. Some of our listeners might be thinking, what if you don't see that thing, that object, that person in your sight? What if it's not there? You can't pinpoint at it, it's not there.
oh yeah.
How do you refer to it?
Yeah, right. We often talk about something that we don't see.
Right. So you need to know how to say that. And it is
Yeah.
very simple. Just use the word
그,
or 그거.
그거, 그거, 그거.
Perfect. So just remember that 저 is for something that is far away from both of you, and 그 is for something that's far away from you or not in your sight. So that's 그. Okay, now let's really finish the lesson by looking at one example.
네,
Okay, how do you say a person?
you can say 사람 in Korean.
사람.
사람.
It sounds similar to the word 사랑, right?
Oh yeah, right. 사랑.
Yeah, if you say 사랑 with the sound at the end, it is love.
Yeah, that's love.
Yeah, and if you say 사람 with an M sound at the end, that is
A person.
a person. So how do you say this person?
이 사람. 이 사람.
How about that person over there that's far away from both of you?
저 사람.
저 사람 over there.
저 사람.
저 사람. And how about the person, that person, who is either near the other person but far away from you or just not there?
그 사람.
그 사람.
그 사람.
And for your reference, some politicians like to refer to themselves as 이 사람.
Yeah, right.
They often start their sentences like 이 사람 blah blah blah, and they are talking about themselves.
Yeah, but I never do that.
I never do that either, but it's just good to know.
Yeah, right.
So that's it, everybody. Again, if you have any questions about these pronouns modifiers, you can always come to
TalkToMeInKorean.com.
and leave us comments.
Yes.
And we are there to answer your questions, and not us only, but there are fellow listeners who will answer your questions, and also good friends of ours, including Soyeon Lee
And Yoonhee Lee.
and Youngmin Lee.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody, for answering the question.
Thanks
and
a lot.
all our listeners, too. Thank you.
Thank you.
So we'll see you at talktomekorean.com.
네, 안녕히 계세요.
감사합니다.
안녕히 가세요. 안녕히 가세요. Alright. Cool.
You're listening to Talk to Me in Korean.
Alright. Save that. Alright, that's it for today. Bye.